When I first heard about this tournament, I remember having a conversation with Rico, and I was like, mate, are you actually insane? Why do you at this level?
Heavyweight contender Tom Aspinall has dropped a bombshell on the MMA community by teasing his next fight. While having a discussion with Piers Morgan, Dana White discussed rising heavyweight Tom Aspinall's ambition to fight Jon Jones. White revealed that Aspinall is aggressive and highly talented, and he is eager to take on the best fighters in the world, including Jones. He contrasted Aspinall with other fighters who talk publicly but avoid tough matchups privately, stating that Aspinall genuinely pursued top-tier challenges. Despite Dana's positive remarks on Aspinall, he doesn't seem to convince anybody that the fight between Tom and Jon can be made.
I interviewed Tom Aspinall in London.
Another one.
He wants to fight Jon Jones.
He wants to fight everybody, man.
He thinks he'll beat Jon Jones.
Yes, he does. I love it. I love that. And a young, aggressive, talented heavyweight that he actually wants to fight all the best. The problem in this business is you have guys that say a lot of things publicly, but behind the curtains don't mean it. You know, don't really want these fights. Tom Aspinall is not that guy. Tom Aspinall wants to fight all the best in the world, and I love that.
How good is he?
Very good. We're going to find out, though. You know, we make this Jon Jones fight, and obviously a fight like that for a young, talented heavyweight, you know, and if he can win, he can beat Jon Jones. It's life-changing.
Meanwhile, Tom Aspinall is doing his best to stay active as he learns a new way to increase his punching power. While playing a game with Tommy Fury, Aspinall practiced his devastating left hook that has taken down many opponents.
Give it a little twister. Is it where you hit it, or what?
It's hard. You got to get out a few goals because it's a bit all over the place.
Yeah. I didn't really twist in, just warming it up. Right, bit harder.
So we got 10 left, yeah?
So what's that? 2, 3, 2, no.
2,
I don't know. I'm not doing that.
Best of 3,
Best of 3. This is the first one.
Additionally, Michael Bisping reflected on Tom Aspinall's devastating power and said that if Tom ever fights Jon Jones, then he will absolutely cook him. He argued that Aspinall's power is way better than any other heavyweight out there.
I think Tom smokes him. I do. And I think Jon is probably very conscious of that threat as well. I'm not saying he doesn't think he can win, but he understands that this will be a tough fight. But they're all tough fights. They're all supposed to be tough fights.
In addition to the practice with Tommy Fury, Aspinall nearly destroyed Angry Ginge's leg when he showed him only 30% of his power. Angry Ginge couldn't even describe the pain he was in when he got hit with one of Tom's kicks.
I've said 31, so it's got to count as 31.
That's 31. 31. I don't know what 31 is. Let me just work that out.
Just do 15 and I'll act like it's 30.
Right, ready?
No.
It's not a touch different. Ready? Just keep it strong though.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh! 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 Oh my God! Oh, that's outrageous. Oh my God.
Explain it.
I can't feel my leg. It's throbbing, and I just feel as though I need an ambulance.
Get some ice on that.
Oh my God.
Get a magic sponge out on that, mate.
Tom Aspinall seems to be enjoying practicing his martial arts skills with newbies since he never got the chance to fight Jon Jones. He enjoyed a grappling match with Angry Ginge and almost crushed him on the spot.
I'm gonna try and pin you down.
Yeah.
You got to try and get up.
I think we both know what the way this is going.
Oh, he's gone full mount on me. Oh, he's holding the hamstring. He's gone old school.
You know what I mean?
He's gone old school.
And you just need to get up.
Yeah. He's looking at me like
I'm going to be honest, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying.
I feel like I'm getting arrested.
Go.
That's not worked, has it?
I'm up. Resisted arrest. We're going to give you a nice cuddle now, mate.
Brilliant. And I've just got to get up.
You got to do whatever you can.
I'm good, you can lie on me and I'm not getting you up. How much do you weigh?
I'm about 115 kilo.
For you know, do you know what I mean?
You have to watch me gnashers because they're new. But you can punch me.
No, I wouldn't.
No, you're all right.
No, Tom, I wouldn't hurt you.
Mate, you won't be able to punch me from there. Guaranteed. You won't.
You've asked for it now, so you
can punch me.
Go.
In addition to all the weak fighting that Aspinall has been doing with newbies, he also teased a real fight that is in the making, and his opponent may be someone other than Jon Jones. He has not revealed any details yet and just piqued the interest of the fans. Moreover, it seems like Aspinall might have his dream of becoming the heavyweight champion come true after all. Michael Bisping pointed out a growing petition among MMA fans demanding that Jon Jones be stripped of his title, which had already amassed thousands of signatures. He noted that Curtis Blades had backed the initiative, who was a former opponent of Tom Aspinall. Bisping stressed that fans were losing patience with Jones due to his lack of commitment and inconsistent updates, so now they want to strip him of the belt.
A lot of people are speaking on this. In fact, they've started a petition. The people have spoken. They have started a petition, and it's on 17,000 votes. 17,000 people in the MMA community so far in a very short amount of time are all saying strip Jon Jones. And one of those people is Tom Aspinall's former opponent, Curtis Blades. He said, listen, without a doubt, they should be stripping Jon Jones. And everyone is starting to get a little bit tired of it. And now Jon Jones is even tweeting and alluding that maybe the fight's not even going to go down. Let's just take a look at the Twitter feed of Jon Jones. He says, I've been out here in Thailand, I'm enjoying life, I'm stuffing my face every day, and I swear I'm losing weight. Yeah, because the food's not full of shit and chemicals. That's why. Someone says you should be stripped. He said stripped low. Do I come across as the type of person?
Furthermore, Tom Aspinall reflected on Jon Jones's legendary MMA career, acknowledging him as nearly perfect over the past 15 years. He noted that despite Jones's greatness, age and wear had become factors, pointing out that Jones is now 37 years old. He added that Jon had taken significant physical damage, particularly to the head. He then expressed confidence in his own knockout power, claiming it would be extremely difficult for Jones to avoid being hit for a full 25-minute fight, so he will be the one to end Jones's career.
Jon, in my opinion, if you look at his body of work over the last 15 years, he's like as close as you can get to perfection as possible. He's like 37, 38 years old, but not only that, he's got a million miles on the clock. So he's got a lot of damage on the body. He's took a lot of shots to the head. And that's not me saying anything negative about it. That's the reality of it. And I'm sure Jon Jones is aware of that. And he's fighting one of the most concussive punchers in UFC history. And I just think I can exploit it. Like, I think to get out the way of me for 25 minutes at this point in his career without getting hit once, and that's all I need is just one, I think that's going to be very difficult for anybody.
Daniel Cormier shared his thoughts on Aspinall and said that Jon Jones doesn't pose a challenge for him because he can beat him up easily. He mentioned that the real challenge is that Tom is getting tired and frustrated with the ridiculous weight, and it is holding back his career. Cormier said that very soon Tom will move on to another opponent and he will be announcing him very soon.
Tom Aspinall said that he's getting frustrated waiting. He said it's very difficult mentally on him, but he said that this right here, this waiting, is the fight for him. On Jon Jones to set the date, stay motivated. It's a tricky bit for him to stay motivated, and he's trying his best, but at times it gets very difficult knowing that he wants to fight, but he's not getting the fight right now, especially.
Tom Aspinall respects Daniel Cormier as a legend and said that if he were to fight Daniel in his prime, then it would be very hard work for him. Aspinall said that Daniel is a really good wrestler, and that would be stylistically the worst matchup for him. He expressed that Cormier would be extremely tough to beat.
You know what I always say, and I say every time I see DC, I think he's an absolute nightmare matchup for me. He's short, he's fit, he's a good wrestler, he keeps coming at you. He would have been very, very hard work for me. But I believe that I have the power to knock anybody out, so I think I could beat him, but I think he stylistically, he's a terrible matchup for me. But I absolutely love DC, so big shout out DC.
Meanwhile, UFC President Dana White continued to express strong confidence that a fight between Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall would eventually take place. White protected Jon Jones and said that he was indeed eager to fight, despite his non-seriousness of the situation. Even though there is uncertainty and the fans are pressuring the UFC, White remained optimistic and reiterated his belief that the fight would happen within the expected time frame, even though he doesn't believe his own words.
You were talking about Tom and Jon. Tom released that video blog a few days ago on the train where he was saying like Jon's side is holding up the fight. What is he referring to there?
Well, I think that listen, Jon Jones definitely wants to fight. Just when and where is what we're working on now.
Do you feel confidence? I think you said Jon.
I'm very
in
confident
summer on first
that fight happens. Yeah,
summer.
Yeah.
Adam Catterall also shifted his focus to UFC heavyweight Jon Jones, who has been active on social media while enjoying himself abroad. He stated that Jon has been filming a bizarre reality TV show in Thailand. Catterall said that despite appearing frequently online, Jones has made comments suggesting he might be retired, further confusing fans. Gareth A. Davies also shared his remarks on Jon Jones and said that Jon is becoming a literal mess in the UFC by focusing on his confused antics.
One thing that is also doing the rounds on social media is what's going on with the heavyweight division over in the UFC, because Jon Jones seems to be having a whale of a time with a lot of fight fans at the moment. He's out in, I think he's out in Thailand doing a little bit of a television show out there and enjoying life, and seems to be taking to social media every single day, referring to the fact that he is out the game now.
A very weird, wild Thailand reality TV show with a load of Eastern Europeans, where this guy seems to walk in and fight with everyone the whole time. Jake Shields out there, Nick Diaz is out there, Nate Diaz is out there. Like, I've seen like one of those mentions where it's all beautifully lit and loads of cameras, loads of people around, and then they're all brawling with each other.
Furthermore, Adam Catterall expressed frustration over the lack of clarity surrounding Jones's fighting status, highlighting how unusual it is for a UFC champion to be so inactive without official retirement, causing unrest in the division. Adam shared that Jones recently revealed through social media that he's done with fighting. Catterall called Jon Jones a literal stain on the UFC, criticizing how the once order-driven organization has allowed the heavyweight division to spiral into confusion.
John's standing there not fighting with anyone, I hasten to add.
No.
He doesn't want to fight at the moment.
Well, he was interviewed the other day, and I think he said, well, he wasn't interviewed actually. He was talking to somebody on FaceTime, and it was being filmed, and he said to the person that he was speaking to that he is done, insinuating that he is now out of the game. And this is a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a stain, really, on the UFC, because traditionally they get this right. They get the best guys against the best guys. You have one champion per division. It's very easy to follow, but this heavyweight scenario has been an absolute mess for the best part of 2 years. Just for those that don't follow it, I'll give you a little bit of a sprinkling, and this might resonate with some boxing fans that are frustrated with certain things that haven't materialised in the world of boxing over the last few years. Jon Jones was, listen, a phenomenal light heavyweight, and he's often referred to.
Additionally, Adam urged the UFC to set a firm deadline for Jones to return or strip him of the belt. He said that if Jones refuses to commit, the title should be vacated and recontested between Aspinall and another top contender. While he acknowledged Jones's legendary status, Adam insisted his behavior currently damages both his legacy and the division's health.
What the UFC need to do, they need to get hold of it. It's their game, right? What they need to do is get a date off Jon Jones. If Jon Jones will not commit to a date, take the belt off him. It's not his belt.
I agree with that.
Take the belt off him.
Yeah.
Make a fight for Tom Aspinall against Cyril Gane, Volkov, whoever it may be. I don't care, right? Undisputed championship fight. When Jon Jones wants to fight again, give us a ring. You can have the first dibs because of your reputation and your resume and what you've served in the past. You can have the first go at it. But if you're going to hold up the division, then the belt has to be taken off him.
They should have stripped him already. They should have stripped him. I mean, because when the Stipe Miocic fight was a goodbye fight for Miocic.
Meanwhile, Ariel Helwani discussed the potential impact on Jon Jones's legacy for avoiding a fight with Tom Aspinall. He suggested that if Jones had retired after defeating Stipe Miocic, there wouldn't be any questions raised about his career. Helwani said that while his past accomplishments remained untouched, the final chapter of Jon's career raised questions. Ariel questioned that when a legitimate fighter like Aspinall emerged, Jones stepped away from the fight.
Jon Jones would have retired in New York in November, right? Madison Square Garden, after beating Stipe. None of this would be a thing. He'll explain it, he'll spin it in some way, shape, or form, and he is right. As I've said, this doesn't affect what he did in 2011, 2013, 2014. It can't, it shouldn't. But when the story is finally written, this will be the last chapter of his fight career. The last chapter of his fight career is he moved up to heavyweight. He fought Cyril Gane. He waited a very long time to fight a much older Stipe Miocic, and then when there was a true, legitimate #1 guy, interim champion, not just another guy, a guy that the whole world wanted to see fight him, he said, "Peace, I'm out of here." Now, in an alternate universe,
Building on his thoughts about Jon once again, Adam Catterall emphasized that UFC traditionally ensures champions defend titles promptly, but Jones' situation has broken that pattern. He said that once Jones defeated Cyril Gane to claim the vacant heavyweight title and Aspinall became the interim champion, the unification still hasn't occurred. Catterall emphasized that such delays hinder division progression and deny Aspinall both income and deserved opportunities to fight.
At that time, the UFC were looking for a main event, and they put Tom Aspinall in with Sergey Pavlovich. Pavlovich being the backup fighter for the fight. Stipe Miocic didn't want to fight Pavlovich, so Tom Aspinall came in. Tom Aspinall won the interim championship of the world. Now, what should happen, and what normally happens in the world of UFC, is that when the undisputed champion, that being Jon Jones, is ready and fit and able to rock and roll again, his first fight back will be against the interim champion, because we don't have a dispute. We get it done and dusted. Undisputed fights the interim champion. That didn't materialise because Jon said, well, hang on a minute, I was supposed to fight Stipe. In the immediate aftermath of that, what should have happened is, right, we're booking this fight. Interim champion versus undisputed champion. And we are still in a situation today, in May, where are we? May 24th, 2025, where we have not had it solidified down that Tom Aspinall is fighting Jon Jones for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. And we've now got the undisputed champion alluding to the fact that he's retired and he's off and he's not going to be fighting anytime soon, which is absolutely ridiculous when you've got a young man that is, one, being denied the earning potential that Tom Aspinall could be out fighting 3 times a year. He's just got to sit and wait. And 2, the opportunity to fight for the undisputed championship.
Additionally, Michael Bisping voiced the same concerns as Adam Catterall and Gareth Davies. He expressed frustration about the fight between Tom and Jones never happening. Michael added that some people were initially opposed to stripping Jones, but they have now started to believe that he's abusing his status. Bisping also said that if Islam Makhachev has been stripped of his lightweight title, then fairness would suggest that Jon Jones should be stripped as well.
What is Jon Jones doing, right? Because a lot of people are now calling for him to be stripped. Adam Catterall from the Fight Disciples, he said this week it's time for him to be stripped.
We're going to get to that stage, mate, of defend or strip.
Robert Whittaker, one of the greatest ever, said, honestly, who cares now? I'm done with waiting. It's like Elder Scrolls 6.
You're going to have to play something else, mate.
He says, I don't know how Jon Jones still holds the title. Like I've mentioned when we first started speaking about this many moons ago, how I was like, no one's stripping Jon Jones. You can't do that to him. But mate, you're taking the piss now. And he is taking the piss. Even Paddy Pimblett's got in on the action. He said, listen, I didn't think that they would make Islam Makhachev vacate the belt, but if they're gonna do that to Islam, then they've got to strip Jon Jones.
Moving on, Tom Aspinall openly voiced his frustration over the prolonged delay in securing a unification bout with reigning champion Jon Jones. He urged Dana White not to shield Jones and called for a direct showdown. Aspinall referenced UFC rules, arguing that inactivity should be penalized and Jones should be stripped of his title. He also remarked that Jones isn't safeguarding his legacy, but is instead creating more critics by continuously delaying the fight.
I think Jon Jones should be stripped of the title, to be honest, because everyone else does when they get injured like that. I don't see why he's still got it. I don't understand that. I think I should be the real champion right now. And it's hard to say without sounding rude, but who's asked about Jon Jones and Stipe anymore? Like, why do we get this legacy fight and they get to live by their own rules? What's a legacy fight? What's a retirement fight for a title? That's not... I want to fight Stipe and then I want to fight Jon Jones, is what I want to do. So honestly, stop protecting your boy at the top there, Jon Jones. If he's injured, get out of the way, I'll fight Stipe.
Meanwhile, Tom Aspinall doesn't hate Jones entirely as he analyzed a key aspect of Jones' fighting strategy. He explained how Jones consistently used his lead hand to distract and occupy opponents, creating openings for his attacks. Aspinall pointed out that Jones would first paw with his front hand, keeping his opponent's attention engaged before executing powerful kicks or combinations. This tactic of using the lead hand as a setup was described by Tom as a demonstration of high-level fight IQ.
Watch this hand. He constantly distracts you with the lead hand. So he's keeping you busy with this before he starts to turn and starts to do these kicks. This comes first, is the front hand. Look how he just paws it out before he does anything. And he does that every time he occupies the front hand and then works his attacks off it, which is high level fight IQ stuff from Jon Jones. But he's one of the smartest fighters ever.
On the other end of the world, Jon Jones continues to live his best life in Thailand without a care in the world, and doesn't plan on coming to the UFC anytime soon. He is enjoying the swimming, the weather, and the tasty food in a place other than the UFC, and filming in a foreign land for a reality TV series.
Oh! Петличка. Сама.
Do you think Jon Jones will be Aspinall's opponent? Will Jon Jones return to the UFC? We would love to hear your thoughts. Let us know in the comments section below, and subscribe for more content like this.